Hi everyone. I have a new tutorial for you guys. I'm sorry I haven't posted up anything in a while, but my life has been a little hectic lately. And if you don't mind, I'd like to take a moment to just make a quick comment, which is that I've been getting a lot of responses and I'm very glad that you guys are learning. However, in any activity, I'm sure there will always be an individual who tries to put you down or make less of you. And recently there was an individual who sent me a barrage of messages telling me that I was a fool and I didn't know what I was doing. And I just wanted to clarify for all of you out there, I don't pretend to be an expert in FileMaker Pro. I've been using the program for about 7 years now, and I have learned a few things, and I'm very happy to pass on the knowledge that I have. And if you find it useful, then I'm glad. And if you don't, then I'm very sorry, but there are 600-page books that you can buy and read, and they do have a lot more information. So hopefully this does help you, and if it doesn't, I'm very sorry. But I do have something else to teach you today, and that is in regards to relationships. So I've made in this database, I've made two tables. We have a teacher table and a student table. And we're going to connect these two in a relationship. Now, if you notice here in the student table, I've created a field called teacher. So we're going to link that over here to this teacher ID in the teacher table. And let's click OK. And if you notice here, in the teacher table I've created 3 records, and in the student table I have 3 records as well. Okay, so here in this teacher field, what we want to do is enter or assign a teacher to each student. Now let's go to layout mode, which you can do here with view layout mode, and we want to double click the teacher field. Okay, and what we want to do is to create a drop-down list. And I've already created a value list called teachers. Let's just take a look at that really quick. I'll double click this. And if you notice here, I just created the name teachers, and I'm using the first option, which is use values from a field. So let's click here, and we'll specify the teachers table, and we want to use the teacher ID. Don't ever use the name to do a relationship. Why? Because if you change the person's name, you will break every relationship with that record. However, if you use the ID, you can change the name as much as you want and there will be no problem. Okay, now to show the name, we want to check this value. Also display values from a second field, and choose the name field. And then we want to sort it using the second field. So it's going to display the name as well as the number, and it's going to sort it by the person's name. So let's click OK. We have our drop-down list selected here. So click OK again, and let's go back to browse mode. So now if you notice, when I click on this, I have a list of all the teachers and their IDs. So let's say this student Frederick is supposed to be taught by Joe Jones. Now somebody sent me a message saying, why do you only see a number? Well, the reason for that is if you go to the relationships view, you'll notice that we link them by the number. So the number 1 is related to the teacher Joe Jones. Now obviously that's probably not what you want to show. You want to see the teacher's name. And at this moment the only way you'd be able to see that is by clicking on the field to display the value. Well, there's a trick that we use in FileMaker, because there really is no way to show that without doing a little tricky thing. So let's go to layout mode, and I'm going to Alt click this field and drag it out. On Windows, I think you use Control, and you could also just copy it and paste it. And we're going to go to the related tables section and choose the teacher. So now we're going to choose this name field. We can turn off the label. We don't need a label for it. So again, we're looking through the related table, and we're going to pull the value for that ID. So if we go to browse mode, you can see that you can change it and it will update on this side. Okay? Now that's fine. A lot of people keep their records like that, and what they usually do is you select this, format, field control, behavior, and we will turn off browse mode. So that means that they won't be able to click into this field when we're in browse mode. We'll leave find mode on, hit OK, and then click on this field and go to format, field control, behavior, and turn off find mode and leave browse mode on this one. So now let's go here. So you can see now that this field is not editable, but I can change here and this will update. Well, there's one little trick that you can do, which is if you go back to layout mode, select this field and change the font color to white or whatever your layout color is. Okay? And then select the related field and go to arrange, bring to front. Okay? And then drag that on top. So now if you go to browse mode, you have the illusion that when you change the teacher, it updates to the name. And that's the reason why you'll see a number. It's just because I haven't gone through this step. But if you do this, you can then have that trick where it looks like you select something and then you have the related information appear. So I hope that answers that question, and I hope you found this useful. I will be posting up videos more frequently now, so just keep watching, and I hope you learned something.